Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and this is the story that just appears to never be going away. April Ryan slams Mike Huckabee in Twitter feud. Will you get into heaven? The answer is no. Now, I would remind the young Miss Ryan, blasphemy is a sin. You do not know the mind of God. You do not know the heart of God. You are not able to speak for God. Therefore, when you tell someone very plainly that you are the arbiter of will they get into heaven, you are blaspheming. I have not done that. I have simply told people that they will face their Creator one day, and that as I see it, they are very likely to hear the words, "Depart from me, I never knew you." Because I look at their actions and their words, which tell me about their heart. Now, before we get into this, you'll remember, I believe it was just yesterday, that I posted a story about April Ryan calling for Sarah Sanders' head to be lopped off. This coming from a woman who said nothing when Kathy Griffin mock assassinated someone on TV, who says nothing about calls for violence from people like Maxine Waters, Eric Holder, or Hillary Clinton. But when she calls for violence and against someone and that someone's father responds indignantly, this is what we get. CNN political analyst April Ryan lit into former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, Republican, Friday night after he criticized her for calling for his daughter, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, to be fired. On Thursday night, Ryan said Sanders did not have any credibility left and that she outright lied following the public release of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report. She outright lied, and the American people, can't trust her. They can't trust what's said from the president's mouthpiece, spokesperson, from the people's house, she said after finding a report from the report that showed Sanders misled reporters during a press briefing last year, shortly before President Trump fired former director James Comey. I'd love to see what you're saying happened there. When there is lack of credibility there, you have to start lopping the heads off. It's fire me Thursday or fire me Good Friday. She needs to go. Huckabee took aim at Ryan shortly thereafter on Twitter, saying in a post on Friday night, "So, liberals, is this okay? Does CNN have the integrity to deal with this incitement to murder?" The tweet also included a link to an article from the conservative political blog Red State titled, "CNN's April Ryan Says Sarah Sanders' Head Should Be Lopped Off." Now, I'm going to stop here for a moment because that's exactly what April Ryan said. She said, "Head lopped off." Now, had she said it's time for heads to roll, that is a very common phrase in business parlance and in government parlance for massive firings and layoffs. But she didn't say that. She said head lopped off. Very careful phrasing there is an incitement to violence. But of course, Miss Ryan, being the good little liberal she is now playing the victim. Ryan swiftly responded to Huckabee's tweet with several of her own, saying, "You, sir, need to sit down. You gave me a veiled threat not long ago. You call yourself a man of God. Boy, bye. As your people come for me, my people will see you and will do the same for you. Hey, Mike, you said I should be gutted like a deer. Do you remember?" I'm misspelling there, Miss Ryan. "Don't lie. God is watching and I have tape," Ryan said, referring to comments he made about her in a November 2017 interview. Please link that. By the way, you should be celebrating Good Friday, or do you even remember Jesus anymore? He would not come down from the cross just to save himself. He decided to die. Yes, he did, Miss Ryan. And he did so in hopes that you would follow his example and not demand people's heads be lopped off. That's more of an action worthy of Caesar, Herod, maybe Pontius Pilate at one point. Huckabee shared another tweet asking whether the White House Correspondents Association would revoke Ryan's credentials for the remark. Will the WHCA revoke April Ryan's credentials? If not, they are gutless tools. In her response, Ryan fired back, "Will you get into heaven?" The answer is no. So, Miss Ryan, asking someone to remove your press credentials is a sin worthy of not going to heaven? That's another example of blasphemy for claiming to speak for God. You and your daughter are liars, and why is she getting paid to be press secretary if there are no briefings? Why is she afraid? She's not. She knows that you will twist her words in any way you want to make her look bad. When you have proven to hate someone so badly that you will lie in any way possible to try to harm them, leading to her not being able to have dinner in a public restaurant. Why would she willingly put herself in the same room as you? And as I thank God this day and for his sacrifice, as you should be doing, I have a warning for you, Ryan added. If anything happens to me or mine or anyone connected to me, you and your daughter and this administration will be held accountable, so you better stop now. Yes, so horrible for someone to seek to remove press credentials from a supposed journalist who calls for the press secretary's head to be lopped off. I would say, Miss Ryan, if anything happens to Miss Sanders, to Mr. Huckabee, or anyone connected with them in any way, we will remember these tweets. The internet is forever. So, should someone attack Miss Sanders, I will be providing your tweet calling for her head to be lopped off to the Secret Service as evidence that you possibly instigated said violence. I don't even at this point believe an apology would do any good. This is, unfortunately, par for the course. We have Maxine Waters riling up her own sycophants with, "Get in their faces, push back, let them know they're not welcome anywhere anymore." Hillary Clinton's, "We will be civil when we win." Eric Holder's, "When they go low, we kick them." And more and more and more. Democrats and liberals are now the party of, "We will do whatever the hell we want. You cannot even speak against us, or we will have your life destroyed." April Ryan clearly threatened or incited violence against Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and when called out on it, she tells people they will not get into heaven. She says calling for her credentials to be revoked or for her job to be taken away is a threat, and makes references to so-called veiled threats. I don't remember seeing them, and I have followed Mike Huckabee for more than 3 years. April Ryan is a political hack who masquerades as a journalist, doing the Democratic National Committee's bidding, and that is twisting everything you can into any position you can to make the Democrats look like the party of peace, love, and happiness, and the Republicans look like the party of just evil. Yes, because it is so evil to secure our border, lower taxes, and put people back to work. I'm not even going to apologize for this because April Ryan is not worthy of her job as a journalist. I know many people who are much better at being journalists than her, and any one of them would see CNN's ratings start to return from the abyss they're headed for. But I won't recommend them because I personally want to be part of the generation that saw CNN born and sees it end. Because their people have decided they are no longer a news organization, they are an arm of the DNC, only in existence to ensure that the country does not know the truth and only votes for who they're told to. But I've talked about this long enough. Let me know what you think. Remember, keep your comments civil. We do not learn from arguments, we learn from debate. Also, remember to like and share and comment on this video, as well as to subscribe and activate notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.